Welcome to Shelterhouse Shares on MCTV. We're so delighted that you're willing to join us again. And I have with me today Sue Williams, and we're going to talk about Girls on the Run. Sue is a coach, and so Sue, how long have you been a coach?
I've actually been a coach this would have been my fourth season this year.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What a great contribution to the girls and to our community. So let's start with the basics. Many people think that Girls on the Run is just a running program. So what is Girls on the Run?
Well, Girls on the Run is a running program, but it also goes along with a lesson. We have a self-esteem build-up, self-image. We talk about nutrition, just taking care of yourself and being a powerful girl in the community and standing up for yourself. So,
when did Girls on the Run start in our area?
It started actually, Girls on the Run is a council of domestic violence, and which is also Shelterhouse. It started in Midland, and I want to say in 2008. And we added the Gladwin counties, I believe. And we had 4 teams at one time, but it has increased obviously over the years. And in 2010, since 2010, we've had 14 seasons and served over 1,600 girls.
I know that growth's been phenomenal. To go from 4 teams up to 14, or 1,600 girls over 14 seasons is just wonderful. It's been so impressive, and it's something that our community has really embraced. So how has that all been possible?
I guess the organization is supported by Dow Chemical Company Foundation and the Midland Area Community Foundation, and then United Way and the Zonta Club. And we also have a fantastic relationship with the Midland Community Center. I know I've been there, and there's so many girls trying to, get registered, and they're running buddies. And in order for the community center to work with us, girls are the ones that do the packages. For the packages, you get your little gifts and shirts and all that. For the running buddies and themselves, they get a bag together for the race.
Okay. So I know that the girls also pay a fee, but there's a sliding scale fee, and that United Way dollars support the scholarships so that anyone who can't afford to pay the full fee can still participate.
Absolutely. With this fee, they get a brand new shoes, and they get a T-shirt at the race, they get a medal, and the families who, whatever amount that they can pay, we'll take. But if they can't afford it, we do have scholarship.
I know you have a lot of fun, and on the race day, they paint their hair and get barrettes and all kinds of fun stuff. So lots and lots of things that the money is used for. I think that you do snacks and nutritious.
Yes, the program in itself, how it works is basically it's 3rd through 5th grade girls, and they meet at the elementary schools, and they come to one of the classrooms that are designated just for them after school, and they get their snacks, they get their shoes on, and it's basically run by all volunteers.
Yeah, that's one of the things I find so amazing about Girls on the Run is that it is entirely volunteer coaches.
Right.
So there's so many great ways for groups to volunteer for Girls on the Run. What are some things that an individual might be able to do as a volunteer, maybe besides being a coach?
Right. We have coaches, but we also need assistant coaches because we have 15 girls on a team, and one coach can't really, focus on each girl and stuff. So having extra coaches help. During the race days, you talked about painting, their color hair and stuff. Also, we need volunteers that give out the packages. We also have totes that we get ready before the season starts, and we have to get all those bins ready and delivered to each schools.
So what's in the bins?
The bins have from the curriculum binder like this, and then they have the cones that you may use for a game. They have paper, pencils, all the lesson plans basically is in the bin. And another bin has all the snacks for the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So volunteers are really important to Girls on the Run and to Shelterhouse in general. We couldn't run the place without our volunteers. So let's talk about the program now. Tell me, what's a lesson like? What's the practical? What happens?
Okay. Well, one of the lessons I really like, actually, we had a nutritionist come in. One of the lessons was about working with a food triangle, you know, the basic food groups and how many servings we should have, because we were talking about self-image, taking care of your body and stuff. So basically, you know, we go through that, and when we had the nutritionist come in, she made this awesome yogurt recipe, which most of us and most kids probably wouldn't drink it because it had spinach, blueberry, and yogurt. But once you blend it together, it was a great taste, and all the girls absolutely loved it. So, and then along with the, you know, the nutrition, we have a game that goes along with it. And I believe one of the lessons was we had a list of all different food groups, like pizza, and we had apples, we had broccoli, and then we had three folders, and the assistant coach would be 25 feet away, and the girls would have the 5 food groups, and they would have to figure out which folder to put it in. Is it in vegetable, is it in grain, is it junk food, and all that. So that's kind of like our warm-up, so the girls know what we're doing.
So they're running
and
between
they're running between, yes. So it's kind of like a relay race. And then after that, we would just start doing our running with, you know, practicing our runs. So.
All right. Is there any rewards or awards that go with any
Well,
of the
they always
topics?
yes. Every time we start a lesson and they start running, and we do lap sticks. We have lap sticks. And each lap stick means a lap, obviously, but depending on where you practice running, you know, 5 laps could equal a mile, 8 laps could equal a mile, kind of thing. And once they get that, at the end of the day, we give them a little beads, and it shows them like how many miles they've ran, and they look forward to that. I have bought them, you know, those army chains that they can keep track of their beads, and sometimes, you know, they can trade it in for, I don't know if you've seen those little feet things, and they can trade it in for the feet too. So
Okay.
it shows, you know, that they've ran, you know, like
So
5 miles,
okay,
you know,
that's
towards
pretty
the end of
cool.
the season. Yeah.
I've heard that you talked about energy awards in the past. So what's an energy award?
Energy award is you look for a girl who's, you know, looks like she's doing a little more than most girls, or even their attitude kind of thing, and I pick them out, and towards the end of the day, we will, you know, kind of do like, okay, I picked so-and-so because she was very helpful with this girl, being a running buddy with her during practice. So we might give them this superstar award, or this firecracker where you scratch down and you jump up and you go pop, and that would be one of the awards.
So they get some incentives through
Yes.
encouragement and those kinds of things.
Yes.
So that's what an energy award
Yes.
is. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So lessons are full of fun and energy, and that's great. But what others, you talked about nutrition, but what other sort of things do the girls learn about?
Well, Shelterhouse is all about empowerment. So one of the lessons that really uses that is when we're being bullied. One of them is a bully lesson. And basically, instead of if someone came up to you and kicked you, instead of saying, ouch, or, you know, stop that and you know, kick them back, we help them using their words. Like you would say, hey, Sally, I don't like when you kick me because that hurts, or something like that. Or I don't like you saying bad words to me because, you know, it's not nice, kind of thing. Using communication, using words instead of, you know, fighting words, kind of thing. Like I feelings, kind of thing. And or we just tell them to walk away or find an adult. And I think, and that makes them stronger, knowing how to communicate the words.
I know you also have topics that how to be a friend, how to stand up for your friend.
Right, right.
What kinds of things do they learn there?
Most of the time, it's usually just if you see someone getting hurt, just like you just go up there and say, hey, I don't like you're treating your friend this way. Or just take them away from that setting and walk away too. And so.
Yeah. One of the things the research shows about bullying, and the best way to stop it, is the bystanders. They are the most powerful intervention, so that if we can teach the people who see the bullying going on to intervene and to stand up and say this isn't right, that is the most powerful intervention. So what you're teaching them how to be a friend and how to step in and say this isn't right is
Right.
wonderful. It's very powerful.
Right.
Are there any other topics that you can think of that?
Well, we do a pre and post test.
Uh-huh.
And one of the questions that they have to circle is their body image. And we know how media, being in media right now, we have to look a certain way, and you have to be a certain person or whatever. And I think that's a huge thing through elementary school. And what we do is we show a picture of like an actor or actress before they basically get makeup up before the show or something, and stuff. These people are human beings without all this makeup and all this, special effects or whatever and stuff. And so we just have to tell them, this is the way you were made, and, you don't have to compare with other people, and just be yourself.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So Girls on the Run is so much more than a running program. It impacts
Absolutely.
in so very many ways. I understand that there's been some research done on the effectiveness of Girls on the Run at the national level.
Yes, I have actually seen the survey, and there are percentages that girls have higher self-esteem. They feel better about themselves. They feel better about their self-image. They feel more comfortable about being who they are. Mm-hmm. And I can tell because I have two success stories. I have this one girl. We all think about runners are tall and skinny and stuff. We have all body shape. And this girl, she ran, at the beginning of the season, I was just like, I don't think she's going to make it, because, she just kept walking and walking. Okay, and I'm just like, just through the encouragement and all that. And all of a sudden, once it gets to 5K, it's like they just run. Yeah. I don't know if it's the girls, surrounding them, or the encouragement. I mean, it's awesome just to seeing her success, the 5K, yeah.
That's a wonderful and heartwarming story and for you to have experienced that, it's just wonderful. I know that locally we have validated our data as well. We partnered with the Legacy Center after the first year of the program, and the Midland girls who completed the program did report that they felt better about themselves and their bodies. Mm-hmm. So that's really important as they go forward and become teenagers and stuff, that they're able to feel confident in who they are and what they do. And they were more physically active than they had been before the program. So with all of the rising obesity rates, not only nationwide but here locally, that's an important impact of the program as well. So we're glad that you joined Girls on the Run, and really appreciate that. Why did you decide to become a coach?
I decided to become a coach when actually I moved here in Midland like 8 years ago, and I never ran in my life, not even in high school. And my neighbor got me started, and I was just like, oh, this is such an enjoyable thing. A lot of people think that running just hurts and stuff. For me, it's more of I'm releasing my stress. It does make me feel good, and that's what I want for the girls. I tell them it's not an easy task. It really isn't, but you can do it with all the encouragement, and that's why I joined, actually, so the girls have that same experience.
Well, thank you for all your time, your energy, and all that you do for Girls on the Run, and thank you for being here today and sharing your story with all of us about Girls on the Run. And hopefully our community has a greater understanding about what the Girls on the Run is, what those 3rd to 5th grade girls, how they experience, what they experience, and that's more than just, we have 2 seasons. So we have a fall season and we have a spring season, and at the end of the fall season, they run prior to the Santa Parade, and people see that. So I think that they don't